Yeah, the other reviews, if you weren't here, the other reviews I believe I put on YouTube. And this one will be there as well. This is numbers, what, 16 and 17? So we'll just say 16 right now. Let's take a look. Everybody paying attention now? Let's stop the talking and let's watch. It says in the figure EA and EB are opposite rays. So here's EA and here's EB. If they're opposite rays, it just means it makes a straight line. That's all they mean by that. Okay? You can just look at it and tell it's a straight line. But just so that you know it's not like 179.9 degrees or something. It is definitely, oops, wrong brush. Make that look more like a B. There we go. All right, so, but here's the important part. It says that ray EC bisects angle FEG. EC, where's EC? That's right here. And it bisects angle FEG, which means what? It means that this angle and this angle right here are what? Are equal to each other. Not complements. We don't know it's 90 degrees, right? But we know they're equal to each other because EC bisects this angle, all right? So we know that those two angles are equal to each other. Are you with me? All right, that's very important to understand. So now, number 16, it says, find the value of x if angle FEG, so let's write that down, angle FEG is equal to 82, and they also tell you angle FEC is equal to 5x plus 11. All right, let's find FEG. Let's look at our picture and figure out which angle are they talking about, angle FEG. FEG is the whole big angle. It's 82. You with me? So without even looking at this thing right here, if this whole big angle, FEG, this big one from here to here, tell you what, let's just do this in a different color here. This big angle from there to there is how many degrees? 82 degrees, right? FEG. What would this angle right here be? No. Just, I said forget about this. I said forget, yeah, right. It's half of 82, isn't it? You see that? Because this is being bisected. These two angles are equal to each other. If this whole red angle is 82 degrees, guess what the, come on, grab that color. There we go. What's this angle right here going to be? 40 what? 41. What's this angle right here going to be? 41. You with me? All right, because they told you the whole big angle. They said it bisected, so it means it splits that angle into two equal angles. So that means if we take half of 82, which is 41, that's what both of these angles are right here. Now, let's go to this. FEC, where's FEC? FEC is 5x plus 11. So this angle right here is also 5x plus 11. Well, we don't know what x is, do we? But this angle is equal to what? How many degrees is this?
41.
It's 41 degrees. So what do I do with 5x plus 11 and 41? Set them equal to each other. So, Clifton, you all right? Okay. So 5x plus 11 equals what? 41. Make sense? I have a feeling that some people put 5x plus 11 equals 82. But you weren't really looking at what was going on, were you? 5x plus 11 is this angle right here, this little angle right here, FEC. Everybody see that? And it doesn't equal 82, it equals 41. How do we know it was 41? Because EC bisected that big angle. The whole big angle is 82, so this has to be 41. Make sense? All right, so now the rest is easy. Once we set it up, the rest is no big deal. So we subtract 11 from both sides. 5x equals, what's that going to be? 30. Divide by 5. What's x? 6. Okay, and that's what they ask for, isn't it? They say solve for x. They don't always ask you to solve for x. They could ask you to solve for, certain angles, but this time they just say solve for x. So that's what we did. We okay with that? Any questions? All right, let's do 17. 17 is using the same exact picture. Now, these things right here aren't necessarily all equal. Okay, so all this stuff right here is not necessarily the same, except the angle is being bisected, but we don't know on number 17 that, oops, let's just do this. Everything's such close quarters, it's hard to erase it all. So there we go. All right, now we're back to our original picture, and let's look at what 17 says. It says angle AED, so let's put an angle symbol, AED equals 16y plus 10. We'll look at it in a second. Let's just write it down. It says Find the value of y so that ED is going to be perpendicular to AB. ED perpendicular to AB. And we're going to solve for y. Solve for y. All right, let's take a look. AED, where in the world is AED? AED is right here, right? And it's 16y plus 10. So that angle is 16y plus 10. Now look what they say. Solve for y so that ED is perpendicular to AB. Well, here's AB. Here's ED. If it's perpendicular, what kind of angle do we have here? It's a right angle. That's right. So I'm going to put a little right angle. So tell me something. This is very similar to what we did in number 16, isn't it? Okay, it's kind of like it. This is equal to what? Say it. Dion, what'd you say? Nah. This is a right angle, right? How many degrees is a right angle? Okay, so what's 16y plus 10 equal to then? 90 degrees, isn't it? Because look, they told me angle EED was 16y plus 10, but they also said that this line and this line is perpendicular, which means it's 90. So guess what? 16y plus 10 equals what? It equals this right angle, which is 90 degrees. Make sense? All right, so they told me that they're perpendicular. As soon as I know that lines are perpendicular, it means that they're 90 degrees. They told me that this particular angle right here was 16y plus 10, so I'm thinking, okay, well, it's 90 degrees, and it's also 16y plus 10. So guess what I'm going to do? Set them equal to each other, and then I can solve for y. Make sense? So now, the math is the easy part, isn't it? Don't you think? Setting it up is the geometry. Setting it up is the part that really requires some thinking. And that's 80 divided by 16, and I think that's 5, isn't it? Yeah. So there you go. So y is equal to 5. We good with that? All right. If you're not sure about it, go back on YouTube tonight and look at it and review it so that you know what's going on. This is basically numbers 18 through 21. We're solving for x, we're solving for y, we're solving for angle 1, and we're solving for angle 2. Everybody good with that? All right. Let's do x right now. I think x and y are probably the two easiest ones to solve for. So let's solve for angle x. Now look, if this is a right angle right here, thank you. What is this angle right here going to be? A right angle. So what is that 10x minus 24? We just finished doing a problem just like that. It equals 90. That's right. So 10x minus 24 equals this angle right here, which is 90 degrees. Make sense? Let's do it real quick. So it's 10x, add a 24. What's that? What's that? Is it 11? 10x minus 24 equals... 11.4. Yeah, this is right. Okay, so that's 114, right? 90 plus 24, divide by 10, divide by 10. You can do that in your head, can't you, without a calculator? Divide by 10. What do? You move the decimal. Move it to the what? Move it to the left. You're dividing, you move it to the left, okay? Because you're making it smaller, right? Dividing doesn't make it bigger, it makes it smaller. So it's 11. Look, here's the decimal. You move it one place to the left, so it's what? I don't know, 11.4. So that's what x is equal to. Make sense? You could put in a calculator if you really wanted to, but do you need to? Dividing by 10? No. All right, don't use it when you don't need to. Let's solve for y. Let's take a look. Here's y right here, 8y minus 16. Tell me something. Tell me some kind of relationship that we have here. It's one that we've talked about quite a bit. Look at that angle right there. Tell me something about that angle. It's the same as a 72. Give me the words. They're what? Vertical, right. They're vertical angles. They're vertical angles. So vertical angles are what to each other? Yeah, they're congruent. They're equal. So what do? I go 8y. I thought I'd change that color to black. That's okay. 8y minus 16 equals 72. Right? You understand why they equal each other? Because they're vertical angles. So you set them equal, and then you just do your math again. We've been doing a lot of this algebra, haven't we? And we're going to be doing this kind of stuff all year long. So I hope you know how to do this algebra, because we're going to be doing this all year long. What do we get? 8 divide by 8. You can do that in your head. What is that? It's 11. So y is equal to 11. So we're good to go so far. All right. What about angle 1 and 2? Now let's do angle 1. Now watch this. Look at this big angle right there. You see that? Everybody watching, right? Look at this big angle right here. What is that big angle? It's in purple. I know you can't tell the difference in the color too well, but what is that? What is that big angle that I just marked? Makes a straight line. So it's 180 degrees, right? 180 degrees. Well, if this is 72, what do we do to get angle 1? You subtract it. You see it? You could do it like this if you wanted to. Angle 1 plus what? Not angle, but 72 degrees equals what? 180. Would you agree that this angle plus this angle equals 180? Let's do some math. What do? We subtract 72. You see it? All right, so we subtract 72, and angle 1 is, what is it? 68? It's 108, I was going to say. It sure didn't look like it. Okay, because that's, yeah, you borrowed from there. That's a 0. Yeah, it's 108. So angle 1 is 108 degrees. That wasn't that hard, was it? All right, let's do another one. Watch. Let's get rid of this arc right here. I don't know. It doesn't matter which numbers. We're just solving for x, y, 1, and 2. Okay, so I just found angle 1. What about angle 2? Can you just... We listen? Look at angle 2 right here. Angle 2 is not a vertical angle with any of these angles up here, is it? No. But I could do this. I'm going to draw another arc right here. Let's do this in a different color. Let's go this crazy purple. We already got a red one up there. Let's do this. Now watch this. There's probably a couple ways you could do this. Do you see that big angle right there? What's that big arc that I just drew? 180. Because it's a straight line, right? Straight line's 180. Well, look. So I've got 72. I've got 40. And I also have what? Angle 2. You see it? Angles. I can add them up in different order, right? Okay, Rayvon, you with me? All right, wake up, head up. Sit up straight. Sit up straight. Get your head off. Yep, there you go, because that'll stop you from sleeping. Make it a little harder anyway. So watch, angle 2 plus angle 40 plus angle 72 equals what? 180. They all form a straight line, don't they? All three of those? So now let's do some math. I'm going to add these up first. 72 and 40, that's 112, is that right? Equals 180. Subtract 112 from both sides. So angle 2 equals whatever that is. Let's do that. That's an 8 and that's a 6. There's your 68. And there it is, just like that. What do you think? It's not too hard, is it? All right, that's 4 problems right there, okay? 4 problems with that one picture. Okay, you got to know the relationships. You got to know they equal 90. These two equal each other. These add up to be 180, right? We did that a couple times, didn't we? With the 2 angles adding up to be 180. You can't just look at numbers and say, oh, let's just set them equal to each other and not look to see the relationship. Sometimes they're equal, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they add up to certain numbers. Okay, sometimes they equal 90. Sometimes they add up to be 180. Sometimes they actually equal each other. You have to know when they do that. Joel? 15. I go to 15. Okay. All right, we will stop it here and then go to the next video and do some more.